everything my way. King with the crown, hold it down always. Started with a penny, now I'm running through the money. Started with a penny, now I'm running through the money. Nigga, this is my world, everything my way. King with the crown, hold it down always. Started with a penny, now I'm running through the money. Started with a penny, now I'm running through the money.
Righteous in
Right.
Swahili.
So your first name, her first name means righteous in Swahili. Y'all need to note that, huh?
Yeah.
We've done our research, and come to find out you moved to Oakland.
The authenticity. I mean, I'm talking about the old Oakland, not the gentrified Oakland. And
Oh, yeah.
yes, I said it.
Yeah.
I don't care about anything. Honestly, I feel like, the authenticity and just life lessons. I love the good and the bad, man, because it was both. But I love the town, man. The old town. Yeah, I don't know about this new stuff, man. I'm both. I'm a loner because I don't really hang out much with people. I have my small circle, but other than that, like, I'm pretty simple. Like, I don't like going to clubs and stuff like that. I just like to do something productive. I feel like it's 24 hours in a day, and if I'm not doing something productive within that 24 hours in a day, then I failed as a person. So I don't really like to play around because it's too much time going by and I have too many things to accomplish, honestly. So I just look at life different. So I'm very family oriented in the sense that I'm very loyal to my family. I love my family, and I can't wait to provide the means for my family. But I'm still a loner in the sense that I don't really like to hang out. I rather work on a project or just work on towards progression, period. I don't know. I just had a passion for it. I've always had one. I don't know, since a little kid, I've always been a TV fanatic. And I like the way how certain producers or directors would go about, sharing their vision with the world. So I want to get in and share my vision with the world. As hard as you make it. I mean, you gotta have a passion for it. Honestly, if you don't, then you're not gonna stick with it. I don't know. Honestly, I just think passion. I do it in increments. I like writing in the middle of the night. I don't know why. That's when my mind is just doing all type of stuff. I don't know. But I like writing early morning too. So it just depends on what I'm feeling. The project I did is Triumph in Atlanta Homicide. And I shot it in Oakland. Yeah. Cool project. I had fun. I was shocked, but then I wasn't. I felt like what I had to say was impactful, and I think the judges, if they really paid attention, they would be able to grasp what I was trying to do. So I hope that answers your question.
It does answer my question.
Just keep going. Even if you fail and you fall. I mean, you hear that time and time and time again, but it's honestly true. Like, you're gonna fall, like, you're gonna mess up, and you're gonna have naysayers telling you that you can't do it. But you just gotta move past it and keep your passion and keep your drive, I think, and you'll be alright. I basically started buying equipment here and there. I bought a camera, started out with that first. Started doing projects here and there, photography work, stuff like that, stacking my money. And then I flipped it and bought a laptop. Start still doing projects. I really didn't want to touch music videos and stuff like that. I really like, I don't know, working on photography and stuff like that. And I just kept flipping and flipping, and then I would just buy equipment, and then I started, once I felt like I accumulated enough equipment, then I just started. A lot of the times I had writer's block, so I would just reach out and say, hey, does this sound cool, or you know what I'm saying, and people that I trust would either tell me yay or nay, or maybe you could, but other than that, yeah, I mean, I wrote it. It really wasn't too hard. I like to write. That's my favorite part of this whole thing, was the writing. And when it came to characters, it just started out with two. And then as I kept thinking about it, I would wake up out of my sleep and just start writing. I would have dreams about certain scenes. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put that in there. And then certain people start coming to mind in my dream, other characters. So it just started expanding. That's a hard question to ask, because I'll just go straight out and say that it's not true. These are all things that came out of the figment of my imagination. Like, I've always been an imaginative person. Ask moms, It's just a whole Vallejo thing, but there's other cities that's involved in the project here and there, but honestly, it's just to show you about Vallejo. Like, most people don't know that although they know there's a north and a south because of E40 and Mac Dre, they don't know that there's a central Vallejo, they don't know that there's a west Vallejo, they don't know that there's an east Vallejo. And so I kind of wanted to shed light on that. Like, Vallejo's a little city, but it's a lot that go on in this itty bitty city. That's the most frequently asked question, man. I don't know. Honestly, what I think pushed me to do it is because people told me I couldn't. I mean, everybody even my people that support me now, I said it, man. Even the people that was supporting me from day one, they was one of the people that was like, man, you don't want to get no actors, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to do that. Niggas is funkin', And honestly, I was like, man, I think that my vision is so deep and so powerful that I can get every section of the city to realize that and put their differences aside and be able to at least be a part of the vision. And that's what I ran with. I just started reaching out to people, and you know what I'm saying? It just flew. I'm gonna tell you like this. I started out with the South Vallejo cast. That was the first cast I had, and that was like 12 people. And I knew I needed like up to 60 to make this work. So I was like, man, I just think that if I promote them, that it'll show people that I'm serious, and that when I reach out to other areas, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I wanna be a part of that. So I use the photography work, and the people that's been watching from the beginning, even when I started out with just posting pictures on Instagram and stuff like that and Facebook, they'll know that that's the first cast that I promoted was my South Vallejo cast. And then after that, a couple of areas reached out to me. I was like, what you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing this. What's up? And I was able to just work like that. I thought that it was destined. That means this was supposed to happen, because if everybody was like, no, I don't want to do this, then I would have just been like, okay, that's a failed mission, dust myself off, try a new avenue. But I didn't have to. It was just like, people was like, yeah, once I explained what I was trying to do and what the project was about and what our intent was with it, everybody was like, yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, I'm down, and thank God, man, it was like that. I don't honestly think I had really roadblocks. I wouldn't say it was roadblocks. It was just minor obstacles. And I think that you're gonna have that. You're gonna have that in productions, anything you do, whether it's I think whether it's a small project or big project, you're gonna have roadblocks, or as you say, but I would say small obstacles. I don't really focus on that. I just focus on how I overcame it. Being in Oakland and just seeing how they have so many of them, and even though they have so many of them, it's like the reason why they do is because they couldn't put them all together. Like if they could have had a Northeast West Oakland combined series, like that'd just be dope. But I gotta watch heck of different ones, you know what I'm saying? Because I fuck with everybody. So I just was like, dang, I like their ideas and they got good concepts and I like them. But I was like, you know what? I think I can do that. But I want my whole city combined so that they can see the city as a whole and just see what we got. Independent, I'm gonna go with Fig. Some people will say that's the easy route, but I mean, it's really not. Like, Fig is so motivational, like, and innovative. Like, he's always coming out with, like, I watch trap flicks and he's always pushing them out, pushing them out, pushing them out, pushing them out. And he's not local. Like, he takes his production and he goes to other cities, other countries and stuff like that and help them and do projects for them. Like, that's dope. That's inspiring to me. So him on a smaller level, and he's not even a small level. Like, he's, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fig, man. JT the bigger figure for all the OGs, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all know him by that. And then on a bigger level, I would say, honestly, I would say DJ Pooh. Because DJ Pooh was behind a lot of Ice Cube's projects. I don't know if a lot of people know that. And Snoop's. So, like The Wash and Friday and things of that sort, like, he had a lot to do with that. So, in terms of writing. So, I think he's super dope because, I mean, the characters do most of the work, but it's the writing that they have to bring to light. So, I think that DJ Pooh is dope. Anticipating the reaction of the viewers. Just
foreseeing the reaction in your mind, right?
Yeah, and then just anticipating it too. Like, ooh, I can't wait till they see it. Like, I'm excited, and then foreseeing it too, yeah, as well, and just envisioning them like, oh, that's funny, or oh, damn, you know, I do need to think about that. I look for a certain look. When I created certain characters, I already had certain people in mind. I mean, like I said, I'm from Vallejo, and Vallejo's small, so a lot of people that I grew up with, I already know them as a person. So when I created certain roles, I was like, all right, this person gonna play that. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, that person gonna play that one, and that kind of helped me. As far as the people that I casted along the way, what I look for is just their integrity and then their passion that they have, because it takes a lot. Like, I ask for a lot out of my characters, and I know they're gonna laugh when they see that, but yeah, I ask a lot out of my characters. Like, I could call you probably like a day before, the same day, and be like, all right, come on, I need you, come tape. And I hate that I do that to y'all, but you know, sometimes I just test their passion and test to see if they're serious about it. I honestly thought about a book before I thought about a film. That hasn't even crossed my mind yet. That's funny that it hasn't, but it hasn't. And to answer your question, I would. Yeah. There is a love interest. There will be a few, but the first one that was in the second episode would be Prophet and Tease. They are the West Vallejo cast. They are a part of it. Prophet and Tease are two individuals that hustle. They're the prominent Bonnie and Clyde of the West. Sure. Those are my trap dolls. They are Swamp Cast. They're the Lady Swamp Girls, Rancho. Basically, that scene was just them sitting down, you know, hard on their luck, and they was looking for a come up. So they came up with the idea that they were gonna, you know, post an ad on Backpage, and then whoever would take the bait, you know, eventually rob. Hillcrest, the Hillcrest cast, which I would like to call my Stoop Kids, shout out to the Stoop Kids, and my Trap Dolls, they are tied into also Bang and Trey. Bang has his issues. So as you see in the second episode, one of the Hillcrest cast members, which is Ski Weeze, he comes in the door and he's upset and he's saying, you know, he wants to get on Bang. So, you know, he's upset because he sees him on his grind doing this thing, and you know, he's like, nah, that's gotta stop. I'm on it, you know, and he has his little ways. Melly Mel the Mobster. It seems like a lot of people are taking a liking to him. I love my whole cast, you know, but to answer your question, you know, Melly Mel is a character. He just knows his role and he does it well. Him as Bang, I think that he's going to be able to face all the obstacles that are already presented in front of you. Feels good. It feels good. I knew that it could happen, but to see it actually happen, it actually feels good. We still got a lot to do though, so yeah. A lot of the questions people asked me was, how come he died so quick? How come we don't know why he died? Like, how come, you know, this? How come that? There's strategic reasons why I did it that way. If you'll keep watching, you will see them soon uncover themselves. You'll start seeing reasons why it happened that way. And you'll also get a breakdown of a lot of the characters that a lot of people may be unclear about and who they are and what their purpose is. If you keep watching, you'll begin to see each character individually, who they are, and how they all tie in. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a little backstory on Gunna. Gunna was in prison for a while. He did like 4 years, really 5, but 4, you know, that they counted. You know how that go. Mm-hmm. And in that time, like, he was, you know, selling phones, you know, stuff like that. That was his hustle. You know, he was the plug, doing the plug walk, you know. And then he ended up getting hooked up. He got a kite, Hooch, which is my Crest character, excuse me, which is Alfie. Shout out Alfie in the 50 gang. Young Alfie plays Hooch, and Hooch was asking for a phone because he had got word that, you know, he was the plug. So Gunna just decided, like, you feel me, all right, I'm gonna take his little, you feel me, green dot, and I'm gonna jet with it. He ain't getting nothing. And that's pretty much how their beef started. So Hooch, not willing to let go of this, because it was $1,000 that he sent to him for a flip phone, and he didn't get it. So he ended up finding out when his release was, and he ended up finding out that he was released 4 months after him. So he ended up hearing his name, as you'll see in the dice game, and that's when he knew, like, okay, he out. So now I need to start figuring out what I'm gonna do. And thus, you have Gunna.
So Gunna, so that's Gunna.
Teflon is I would say, a drug lord of the suit. One of them. Teflon, which is Mac Gibson. Shout out to Mac. He plays Teflon. He is one of the people that any drug transaction that goes on in South Vallejo is done through them. They supply everybody. They have a worker on each block, and they control the numbers. They control everything. And their overseer, which is Little Dez, that's Aki, who plays Little Dez. Shout out Ak. Aki is the overseer of the block. He reports to them when, somebody ran out or they running low, or, and he also reports to them, if, there's the numbers are low, or if, he's the overseer. So they have their own little way of their operation and how they run it.
Right.
So that's who Teflon is. Sosa is Teflon's right-hand man. I don't even know why I didn't even say that. So many characters that I think of. But Sosa is Teflon's right-hand man, and he also is like the drug lord of the suit. Them two together has an issue that they have to sort out because, like I said, they are the overseers. They run the operations, all the operations that take place in South Vallejo. So some Fairfield cats by the name of Clyde and Fonz. Clyde is Dre. Shout out to Dre. And Fonz is Dex. Shout out my boy Dex. Those two, they basically sold up Fairfield. They had that on lock. So they finally moved to Vallejo. They found the abandoned spot in South Vallejo, and they formed a trap. And within a week or two, they got the trap booming to the point where Lil Dez and Teflon caught wind. So once they caught wind, they brought it to their attention. They brought that to Sosa's attention, and Sosa's hearing them, but he's focusing on making sure the operation is cool, And as time we'll see what takes place with that. So Twig and Valley Joe, as you've seen in the first episode, they started off the episode, they made up some fake juice and they planned to sell it. Well, they didn't plan because they sold it. They sold it to Trey. Trey is Bang's right hand. They're the House Slick crew. Trey is Stogie Brody, shout out Stogie, and Bang is Melly Mel, the mobster, shout out Mel. Those two, which is a House Lit crew, they were K-rolled by Twig and Valley Joe. And the reason why it took place is because Trey bought real juice from Twig twice. He bought it, 2 times in a row, so he figured, okay, this third time I really shouldn't even have to taste it. But this third time is the biggest bulk that he bought, which was a brick. So he still walked off without tasting it, and then once he got with Bang, and Bang tasted it, he realized that it was K-Roll, and that's where the issue of, arose. It just transpired. Expect things that took place in the first episode that I may not explain fully to become more aware, more apparent in the third episode, as well as in the second episode, because there were new people that are brought into the mix, like the Hillcrest cast, also my Vistas cast, you know, which is the Richmond cast that I have. You'll see how they tie in and why, you know, it should just start to make more sense. That's all I can really say. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I want to say to all my viewers and my cast, I can't stress enough how proud I am of you guys. Let's keep going. Let's get it.